On a stormy evening in a small town, a curious boy named Sam stumbled upon an old, abandoned library hidden at the end of a winding path. The library had long been forgotten, its windows cracked and the doors creaking ominously. Sam had always been drawn to the mysteries of the past, and tonight he felt an unshakable urge to explore. As he pushed the heavy wooden doors open, a gust of wind swept through, extinguishing the lantern he had brought. The darkness enveloped him and he hesitated, but his curiosity urged him forward. He stepped inside, his footsteps echoing against the dusty floorboards. The air was thick with the scent of mildew and ancient paper. Sam fumbled in the darkness until he found a nearby window and pulled it open, allowing a sliver of moonlight to pierce the gloom. The sight before him was both enchanting and unsettling. Rows of books lined the walls, but they looked as if they hadn't been touched in decades. Drawn to an ornate leather-bound book resting on a pedestal in the center of the room, Sam approached it. The cover was embossed with strange symbols, and he felt a tingling sensation as he reached out to touch it. The moment his fingers grazed the surface, a sudden chill swept through the library and the shadows seemed to shift. Flipping the book open, he discovered it was filled with stories, haunted tales of those who had visited the library before him, all of whom had mysteriously vanished. Each page turned revealed a name, and Sam's heart raced as he recognized one. It belonged to a boy who had gone missing from his town years ago. Suddenly the room grew colder, and whispers echoed around him. "Help us! Find us!" The voices swirled in the air, and Sam felt an overwhelming sense of dread. The shadows began to take form, revealing ghostly figures trapped between the pages, their faces twisted in despair. Panicking, he tried to close the book, but it wouldn't budge. The ghosts drew closer, their hollow eyes pleading for release. "You must finish the story," one of them whispered, extending a spectral hand. "Only then can we be free." In a rush, Sam grabbed a nearby quill and began to write, pouring his fear and urgency into the tale. He wrote of the boys' lives, their dreams, and their untimely fates, weaving together their stories in hopes of bringing peace to the restless spirits. As he finished the last line, a brilliant light filled the room, and the figures began to dissolve into the brightness. "Thank you," they whispered in unison, their expressions transforming from sorrow to relief. The book snapped shut, and the library fell silent. Sam stood alone, his heart racing but relieved. The library felt different now, lighter. He turned to leave, but as he stepped back into the night, he noticed something shimmering on the floor. A single page from the book, fluttering like a fallen leaf. It bore a new name, Samuel Thompson. Sam's breath caught in his throat as he realized he had unwittingly become part of the library's legacy. As he hurried home, he couldn't shake the feeling that the library would always call to him, a haunting reminder of the stories that waited to be told.